They are looking for Ralph Brown, the 76-year-old former mayor of Cornelius. He's not been seen since May 16th. His family says he has memory issues and was last seen in a blue Nissan Sentra. Family members joined the county sheriff's office this morning for a press conference, asking for the public's help in tracking him down.
We're back for the third day of searching for Ralph Brown, who is a Cornelius mayor, former mayor. He's now in his 70s, dementia, Alzheimer's. He ended up leaving his home, later in the evening and just kind of told his wife, hey honey, it wasn't even hey honey, it was like, I'm going home. Yep. And in speaking with the family, it wasn't a, I'm going home. It was like, you know what, it's been a good visit with you, Mom. Talking to his wife, thinking his wife, he often thought that his wife was his mom. And as though I'm now going to go home to my wife. Now, where is that going to be? We don't know. Some of our other searches that took place, we really want to invite you to go check out episode number 1 and number 2. We really concentrated heavily on the Newburgh area. And the reason for that?
That's where his cell phone last triangulated, right there in that area. The Rogers Landing area was the last area his cell phone was in use. That night that he went missing, his cell phone hasn't worked since. None of his financial credit cards, debit, anything has been accessed since then. And he's got dementia. So he's endangered, and it's been 31 days now.
Yeah, and that was, our search was at the 2-week mark is where that was at. So here we are 2 weeks later. There's been a couple of, possible sightings. However, those sightings, the most credible one was actually followed up on, and they were able to confirm it over in Malala that it was another elderly man that actually lived in town. Yeah. So Malala is off the table. We've had 0 credible sightings in the past 31 days now. Now, the reason why we're back here in this area where the cell phones were pinging, we're currently at the Yamhill boat ramp, and we'll throw that up on the map, and we'll throw some aerial shots here. But the reason why we're back here is because we didn't see this the first time we were here. Like, we pulled off on day 2, halfway through the day, because we're out of spots to search. Yeah. We didn't see this one. And on that second day, we actually made our way up to Portland and found another missing persons, Richard Ritz, who had been missing for 9 months. So if you've not yet seen that video, go check that one out. The link is in the description down below. So that brings us back to Ralph. Yeah. We spotted this location, and just a day or 2 ago as well, they have a Facebook page, right? Ralph Brown Missing Persons. And on that one, they're spending a lot of time now a little bit further south of here at the St. Paul boat ramp. So we really want to go check that one out today as well. Yeah. So on that one, we're going to get in the water. It looks deep enough, and fingers crossed, we're going to find Ralph today. Thanks for being here.
Okay, so we're here at the Dayton County Landing Park. This is the Yamhill River we're now on, and the boat ramp you can see behind me is a public boat ramp. There's a big parking lot up top, but it's pretty secluded. So this particular area, we can pretty sure count out any type of accidents being involved if we discover something here. So definitely we're looking along the lines of intentional or foul play. It's very hard to find if you don't know about it, and it's very secluded. So yeah, I mean.
And with this one too, Rogers Landing that we were at on day 1 and day 2 that we were searching, cameras everywhere, and we asked about the cameras, and they seemed to, we never did get actual word back as to if those cameras were active and working or not, and if they spotted anything. So yeah, if it was foul play, if it was intentional, that type of scenario, they would have noticed those cameras and pulled off that location. But because of the cell phone pings, that's why we were so concentrated up there, because that was like the last location of the cell phone ping. But we're actually not that far away from Rogers Landing. what is this, like 4 miles maybe? So we're just down the road within that cell phone ping area, as well as where Ralph was driving back and forth for a period of 2 to 3 hours that night as well. All right, before we get the day started, we'd like to explain what it is we're actually looking at here, so that way you can follow along if you've never seen sonar before. This one over here is our live scope. So this is happening in real time, and so you can actually see, you know, fish that are swimming by. If an object pops up, we've got the grid lines. Right now we're shooting down 6.7 feet, deep enough to hide a vehicle, and then the grid lines are automatic, and so you'll see all of this changing throughout the day depending on the depth. With this one over here, it's more of a picture in time. So this is our down imaging and this is our side imaging. We normally cast 75 feet left and 75 feet right. This is the boat, so we're casting that direction. Anything that you see in black is water column. So you'll see, you know, 0, 2.5, 5, and this relates to from the top of the boat down to the riverbed. And so with that one, I don't know why we just changed there. It didn't get to 1.3. Anyway, there we go, back to 6. So with that one, that will show the depth of the river or the lake bed or whatever it is that you're over. Between those three, we're able to triangulate and pinpoint if there's an object in here, we're gonna find it. Another thing we like to also point out is that our speed, we like to be roughly 1.9 to 2.5 miles an hour. And so this is right about the speed that we want to be traveling at.
Yeah, I mean, this would make sense if what do I do? You know, I've done something bad and I'm trying to hide it. So maybe I would drive back and forth while I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. You know?
That's, I mean, that is a lot of driving for hours though.
But if it wasn't him driving.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's somebody who just doesn't know what to do, that they can't make their mind up, and that would make sense for the cell phone going from one city to the other, back to the other.
So we got a lot of concrete. So this is the boat ramp. This is like the old boat ramp where Josh is at with some stairs coming in. So that's what we're looking at on sonar right here. What is that? I think that's just a tree log.
How deep?
Yeah, it's only 4.5, 5.5 feet deep right there. Yeah, these are tree logs. So we have 2 tree logs laying down right here. We got a couple of, you know, trees and stuff down here, Doug, but really for a light moving river, you know, this far from the boat ramp, we've never ever had a vehicle this far from a boat ramp in a river that has almost zero current.
It's not going to float this far. There's just nothing that's going to bring it this far. I would say that with the searches that we've run across the boat ramp, it's safe to say it's cleared in this area. And what's the depth right here? Like 5 feet?
Now, we're only down 5 feet now.
Yeah.
So I say, and we were just talking about this, the Dalton boat ramp.
Dalton boat ramp?
I'm sorry, the St. Paul
Champoeg part, which is a mile north of where we were at Rogers Landing.
Not north of Rogers. It's not north of Rogers Landing, is it? It should be south. St. Paul's south on 99. South of 99. Which is the last direction that the cell phone was going.
Okay, so here, can you see that? This is your bridge. Remember your bridge?
Yep.
Rogers Landing here?
Yep.
Bam, right there.
Okay, and that's the St. Paul boat ramp? St. Paul is further south. St. Paul is on the other side of the river heading towards the Wheatland Ferry that we searched on day 1.
Let me bring it up. Yeah, man, there's a boat ramp right there.
So you have another boat ramp nearby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, well, let's call this area clear and let's head over there then. this location right here is not too far from St. Paul. We're actually just a few miles, like 3 miles outside of St. Paul. And a day or two ago on Ralph's Facebook page, they said that they just put up a brand new sign out here also for people to keep an eye out. Now the thing is nobody's looking underwater with sonar. You know, this is our specialty. That's why we've come out. You know, we've got the boat, we've got the sonar. We identify something on sonar, then we have the ability to jump in as divers as well. I actually just spoke with via text Ralph's daughter, Laurie, as well. And you know, and I asked her, I said, you know, does the family have any feelings as to where else we need to look? And they said, you know, maybe we just need to start looking more closer to home. Again, we just have all these cell phone pings. This location is south of 99. In fact, we'll throw up the map again as to, you know, the square box, and where the very last cell phone ping was at was just south of 99. The phone was moving south. This boat ramp, although we had to come around, you know, 15 minutes around from Newburgh, this is really the last and only closest boat ramp to Rogers Landing to Newburgh as well.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So the vehicle that we are looking for, you know, a dark blue 2014 Nissan Sentra, license plate number 319KQB.
Good for analytics.
I had a question, Jerry.
Yeah, what's that?
You said that the daughter talked to Ralph on the night of his disappearance?
Yes, let me have you talk to, you remember enough about that, Doug, to kind of fill Josh in? And for those of you who do not know who Josh is not going to get hit by the trailer door that Kevin's opening up. But Josh is actually responsible for making the lift bags that we use. So Josh, thank you for being a part of what we're doing here, stepping in as a videographer as well.
No problem.
You know, Dan's currently not with us. And you also have a wedding photography business and so you actually have some skills behind the camera.
I do, yeah.
So really appreciate you being here. We'll put Josh's link in the description down below, along with Doug and Kevin. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Back to your question though.
Well, we were just talking about it in the car, and you were talking about how he talked to his daughter the night of his disappearance.
Yep, right around 9:03, 9:04 p.m.
And I guess my question is, like, how would that conversation go, and what time was that at? And then when she hung up the phone with him, like, was she feeling confident that he was okay, or like, how did they get off the phone?
So from my recollection, the conversation was along the lines of, you know, I think he picked up, hung up, picked up again, and something along the lines of, I'm in the bushes, I don't know where I'm at, kind of deal.
And it was almost like a returning to being a kid again, like, are you looking for me? That question came up.
And he made a statement to her, are you looking for me? Before, I don't know if the phone disconnected, he hung up. Somehow that was the last actual communication after he went missing. And then his phone completely went dark after that. What, about an hour?
Well, and
an
then,
hour after that?
But what we ended up having as well is that, you know, I'm in the bushes, and that often meant, you know, like, I'm just going to, you know, I'm peeing in the bushes,
yeah,
is what it meant a lot of times. Yeah. It didn't seem like, hey, I've wrecked my car, I'm stuck in the bushes, I don't know where I'm at, yeah, because it was followed up by that question of, are you looking for me?
And with the state of dementia, the confusion, that was just a general statement, right?
Yeah, yeah. There was no real big concern other than Dad was not home and it's 9 o'clock at night.
Well, but we pulled in here. I tell you what, like, this is definitely secluded in the bushes, and honestly, it felt pretty creepy pulling in here.
Yeah, that road coming in.
It's definitely an out of the eye, not very public location at all.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know this is here to know it's here.
Yep. All right. Well, let's clear this location. Did we answer your question, Josh?
Kinda.
Here's the other thing also with it is, after Laurie hung up with her dad, she also said, you know, I'm gonna have, I think his name is Dwayne, the other brother, and he said, I'm gonna have Dwayne call you. Stay put, hold tight. So she hangs up. Dwayne calls like within minutes afterwards, and his phone was never answered again after that.
But then there was an hour of cell tower pings.
Cell tower pings driving around.
After that, right?
Yep. In fact, so I'll tell you what those cell phone pings actually were, like how far it took place after that.
So that was around 9, the phone call with his daughter?
Yes, the phone call was around 9 o'clock, which would have been in military time, because all these are in military time. We got to do the
2100.
2100. And so at 2100, he was back into the McMinnville area on Highway 18 for 2 miles. And then at 20, so then the phone call took place, and now fast forward 30 minutes later, 28 minutes later, he's now north of McMinnville on Highway 99, just north of the downtown area. Looks like he's lost.
In a vehicle though, moving.
Well, yeah, the vehicle's moving.
Yeah.
So then at 2140, so at 940, he's back in downtown McMinnville, southwest of Highway McMinnville on Highway 18, turns around, goes 2 or 3 miles southwest of where 99 and 18 split, which is where, remember the trailer with the RVs? That's Highway 99 and 18.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then at 957, he's downtown McMinnville again. Now he's back up to the north in Lafayette. At 1023, he's now downtown Newburgh.
Jeez.
So to give you an idea, we'll throw up a little map here, and it's going to be McMinnville, Lafayette, downtown Newburgh is where we're at. And then at 1025, now he's in this box area that was the big question of why our search took place at Rogers Landing, because that was part of the box area.
Sure.
As well as the ground searches. And then from there, moving south away from 99. Now that's where it brings us kind of to this location, because this location is almost directly south of all that, but he would have had to come around. But we don't have any other cell phone pings that came around. It took us 15 minutes to get here from there, but we don't have any cell phone records from there.
So I would say either the cell phone died or something happened that the cell phone turned off.
Yeah, but the moment that he would have spoken with Laurie about I'm in the bushes would have not been this location at all. That would have been back in the McMinnville area somewhere.
Right.
But then after that, now he's on the road for another hour and a half before his cell phone no longer registers.
Okay.
Put it in the water here.
Yeah, let's clear it. Jacket.
This is very nice. It's official Adventures with Purpose safety gear.
Huh?
It's necessary for anybody that's on the water.
Life jacket. Always wear a life jacket whenever you're on the water. So, we've seen too many people, too many cases that we've been on, and just being in this world a lot longer. It used to be that I would get on the water without a life jacket. Now I will not get on the water without a life jacket. So put one on.
Right.
And it's always the story of the strong swimmer, the athletic kid or guy, you know, who you would never suspect to drown.
Yeah.
You know?
So you guys know I was a lifeguard for 10 years. So you got a lifeguard on duty. I approve.
So you know.
Life
So,
jacket.
I mean, you know, like it's critical.
Save lives.
It is flowing. I think a little bit faster here than it was when we were last on the Willamette.
I'm going to say if there is a vehicle in here, I'm going to see where that like white feather's floating?
Yep.
I'm going to say that's right where it's at, based upon the flow of the river.
Yeah, you're probably close, yes.
We'll see if I'm right. Alright, 5 feet. Very similar to the Wheatland Ferry ramp that we were at. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put any further down than this for the most part. But we'll scan it, we'll run the river, probably down to that big tree that's sticking out.
Yeah.
And then I think that, the daughter had mentioned via text, can we start looking towards the Tualatin River, closer to home, Cornelius. So we'll start focusing on that area. Okay. If we don't find anything here.
I know that like the biggest, I would say, most popular spot closest to his immediate home is going to be Hagg Lake.
Okay.
That's going to be the most...
A lot of things happen there at Hagg Lake too.
Yes. It's been a while since I've been there, and I've only been there a handful of times. I do know there's a road that kind of goes right over the top of it, like one section. Other than that, I don't know how easy it is to get in there. I can still see the bottom. We were at like 6.5 feet.
Yep, 6 feet. 5.7, 6.
Idling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing 5 miles an hour on that drift.
Water temp.
63. Yeah, still only 5 feet here.
Yeah, I can see the bottom.
Yeah.
Doesn't even feel like we're moving.
Yeah, what, 2 miles an hour. Yeah, I mean, this is moving deep enough. Yeah, this entire thing, 4.5, 5.5 feet through the entire section here. I think that just for extra security measure, although we can see the bottom for most of everything we've been doing, as well as sonar, 2 things I want to do. We've got a great big steep hill over here, Doug. I would love to hit that. And then I would also love to just throw the drone up in the air for extra security and just kind of run the river here since it's so clear you can see the bottom.
What is it, like 4 feet deep?
Yep, that's it. No car here on this side either. I've never seen a section of the Willamette that was this shallow all the way across.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Where we were at, just like 2 miles upriver from here, it was 20 something feet deep.
It got down to 45, 50 at one point.
Yeah. Good recreation area here.
Alright, I think we can kill it. stinks. Where we're at right now is we're at a place called Henry Hagg Lake. We're coming back to like what we know. When a person goes missing, we want to really start focusing on a 5-mile radius away from their house. And this is really the closest body of water from where Ralph lived. There was a couple of other bodies of water along the way as we were driving over here that we really wanted to focus on, Kevin and Doug. But all those were like really shallow. Like you could actually see the moss on them. Yeah. So
the ones I saw pulling in about a couple miles before we pulled into here.
Yep.
On the right.
Yeah, we have some on the left and the right, and we're also looking for, should there be any sign of a vehicle going off the bushes, off into the bushes. So with that one, that brings us to Hagg Lake. You have a lot of cameras. You have security coming in. I'm kind of gonna rule this one out, but since we're already here, we just want to make sure that we go ahead and finish clearing it. So that's why we're here. So with this location, Doug, we've got the boat ramp similar to kind of like Cathedral Park, but we also have, you could drive off anywhere along there as well. So I know they're fishing, we'll be kind of careful, but we'll kind of do a outer, just scan along the beach there. I didn't see anything else coming in there's no other access points.
No, I mean, it's pretty deep here too. It's steep drop-offs.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible.
We're already at 15 feet, just from there to here. Yeah, it's already dropping off. Here's the thing with fishermen too. Here's what I would like to start spreading the message of if you're fishermen. Start scanning right at the boat ramps and start looking for vehicles, lost loved ones, because you never know. They're usually within the first 100 feet of the boat ramp. So if you have sonar, start looking. We are not actually seeing anything right now other than just a few small rocks. We're already down to 23 feet, 25 feet. Nothing showing up on live scope. Nothing showing up on side scan. Coming up on 30 feet. And this is probably gonna be about the max. It would be out from the boat ramp as well. All right, we'll scan the shoreline. The shoreline over there. We didn't upset too many shore fishermen. We checked both sides of the ramp. We checked the middle of the ramp. Another one checked off the list. Right now we're up in the mountains, so we're gonna have to head back down into town so we can get some cell service, and then we just need to see like where Laurie mentioned the Tualatin River, so let's just kind of start tracking the Tualatin River to see how close it gets to Cornelius and work our way that way. Or, do we start working our way towards Astoria? Now that's an hour and a half in the opposite direction from where we've been 45 minutes down to the south in Newburgh.
Yeah, I mean, I say, Tualatin River, and then after that, I think
it's all of Oregon again.
On Astoria, Are there?
Yeah, but how many routes do we have there? And you're not taking the route from his house.
Yeah.
You're taking the route from the last cell phone ping down in Newburgh. So now then that takes you through, is it through, Grand Ron and Lincoln City and Tillamook, or did he come back up to the north, go through Banks over to Seaside, and then up to Astoria? Yeah. There's so many routes to take. That's like a 2.5 hour stretch. That'd be like saying, hey, all right, It's somewhere between Portland and Seattle. I don't have the answer. This one's a difficult one.
Definitely difficult, man. I mean, as far as spots that make sense, it's made sense. It's one of the most popular destinations closest to Cornelius, Hagg Lake. It's a complete mystery. Everything we had to go off of, we've completely gone through it, and it just doesn't make sense at this point.
Search continues. It's been a full day looking for Ralph. However, we've not yet found Ralph, and I don't know if he's going to be in the water at this point.
It's tough, man. We've searched everywhere in the area.
Yeah. So, and we're actually back in Cornelius right now, which is, his hometown. They've not forgotten. They got plates and, rearboards up. Missing person. Here's the car that he is. Here's who he is. Here's the plate number. With that one, I wish that we could do more currently. If any of you have any ideas, leave them in the comment section down below. We're going to pull off of this one for now, similar to what we did last time, to where we went and found Rich, but this time we're going to be looking for Kyron Horman, who went missing. He was 10 years old at the time. He's been missing for 11 years. We're not going to really speculate as to who. There might be a who in this one. And there's a lot of information online about it. Our big concern is the where. And one of these things, I think that, the person had 2.5 hours or so for Kyron to disappear. And with that, one of the locations that we've actually been to before, for some reason it just popped into my head today. We found a wagon at that location. So we need to get a hold of the family or those involved, and we need to find out if a wagon by chance was missing from the house, because if so, we might have a clue on that one. When we pull out one of the cars, we had a Red Ryder or something similar to that. Yeah. So that's our next step on that one. If you've not done so already, please make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification. It really helps us out. We'll see you on the next one. Later. Bye-bye.